What is the Buddhist perspective of the ghost festival? There is no Buddhist perspective to the ghost festival because it's not part of Buddhism. But then we don't have to wait until the ghost festival. Every day there are a lot of ghosts walking around, looking for food and all that. Some people are able to see that. So whenever we do any good deed, we just transfer the merit or share the merit with all beings around. And those beings in need of merit, they will appreciate it, that we think of them, that we have metta for them, loving kindness towards them. And those around us, it's not only ghosts. Sometimes, for example, the Buddha said, the buildings that we inhabit, like your house, the Buddha said there is some spirits that like to live in houses. Just as there are spirits that live in the trees, and the clouds, in the rivers, in the forests, etc. So in our houses also we have this spirit family living. So if we transfer the merit to them frequently, whenever we do something good, meritorious, then they will appreciate it, and they will guard your house and protect your house. I tell you a bit some ghost story. Some of you like to hear. When I came back from Thailand in 1987, the beginning of 1987, so I went to Ipoh looking for caves to meditate. I looked around a lot of caves, and I found a dark cave behind Simpang Polai. And I went to stay in that dark cave, and I used to walk out to the Simpang Polai village market for my food. But the people there had never seen a monk coming out on arms round. So at first they didn't know how to give me. But slowly they began to give me. So I was staying in a cave which was at the bottom of a hill. And surrounding the hill there were 3 farmers planting vegetables. So 2 of them used to come and see me. And one of them, he saw me drinking the water that would drop from the top of the cave, water drop, and I used to collect the water to drink. So he told me I shouldn't drink that water because it says it contains some dissolved solids. If I drank more of it, I'd get stone in the bladder or something. So he used to bring me water every day. So he started to chat with me. So he asked me, he said, "Aren't you afraid of staying in this dark cave?" So I asked him, "Afraid of what?" He said, "Afraid of ghosts." So I asked him, "Why? Do you have any experience with ghosts?" He said last time he never believed in ghosts. But as a farmer, he used to have to go to the caves to look for this guano, which is bat droppings as fertilizer. So he said one day he went to a dark cave with his wife, and they were digging this guano. Then he heard a voice call in, "Oi." Then he looked around, he thought he must be imagining. Second time the voice called him. Again he thought it was imagination. Third time the voice called him. So he asked the wife, "Why did you call me?" So the wife said, "I didn't call you." And all his hair stood up, quickly rushed out of the cave, got sick for 1 week. So that was his first encounter with a ghost. Then he said, in this new village, they stay in Simpang Polai, they have this row of houses. So he had a neighbor who had one son, 16-year-old son. And this son used to go to the mining pond. Around Ipoh there's a lot of mining ponds. So some of these mining ponds are very deep. 100 feet and so. So this boy used to go and fish and swim. So one day he drowned, died. 2 days later, about 11 o'clock at night, or 11:30, the ghost will come back to the house. That's what he said. So the ghost will come back and crying along the way, feeling, crying, and all the neighbors heard it. Then he said the dogs also, when they hear it, they would howl and cover their eyes. So this ghost would come to the parents' house, and stop at the gate. Maybe something prevented him from entering the house. So he stopped at the gate and he cried at the gate. So for a few nights, the parents were very disturbed. They realized their son had died. Now this ghost. So later they got a Taoist to catch the ghost, put it into a container, throw it into the big sea. So that's not a very compassionate way of dealing with the ghost. That's what they did. So this is this story about this ghost.